afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Navy, we welcome you to the virtual Roblox F-14E Super Tomcat demonstration. I am Kyle Hall from Portland, Oregon, and today we will proudly present the advanced F-14E Super Tomcat, the evolution of the Navy's legendary fleet defender and strike fighter. This next generation Tomcat embodies the perfect fusion of power, agility, and technology designed to extend the legacy of air superiority from the Cold War into the modern battlefield. The Super Tomcat features upgraded engines, advanced avionics, and precision strike capability, making it one of the most formidable naval aircraft ever built. Flying the Super Tomcat is the commanding officer, Carl Van Norman, from right here in Cleveland, Ohio. And in the backseat, his weapons systems officer, Thomas E. Boone from Houston, Texas. Together, you'll see the mighty Tomcat return to center stage with the demonstration of raw power in its purest form. With takeoff checks now complete and the aircraft being cleared for takeoff. Watch and listen as the mighty Super Tomcat roars to life, accelerating down the runway, taking off in less than 1,500 feet. Near the departure end of the runway, watch as Ben and Eat push 30 tons of airplane into the sky with 60,000 pounds of thrust.
Searching for something never comes, never leads to nothing satisfies, but I'm getting closer to the prize at the end of the road. All night long, dreaming on the day, when it comes around and it's taken away, leaves me with the feeling that I feel the most, feeling like I'm alive, and see how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the F-14E Super Tomcat. Center from the left and perform a series of turns called the Flat 8. In this maneuver, we'll provide you with an all-aspect view of the Super Tomcat. Take note of the glow from each engine, indicating that full afterburner has been selected. While in full afterburner, the Super Tomcat will burn over 2,000 pounds or 300 gallons of fuel per minute, exceeding 7 times the power of the starting lineup of the Daytona 500. From the left, it's the Super Tomcat in the Flat 8. full forward or 20 degrees, aft being 68 at 350 miles per hour. Ben will roll the F-14E into a 100-degree angle of bank, override the wing sweep computer, and select full aft wing sweep. From the right, the Super Tomcat knife edge wing sweep pass. The Super Tomcat is a highly sophisticated aircraft as its operational limits extend from the deck to over 50,000 feet and from zero airspeed to over twice the speed of sound. It's variable geometry wings that enable the Super Tomcat to maneuver throughout that envelope. At slow speeds, the wings move forward. At high speeds, they program aft. This next pass again demonstrates the various wing sweeps of the F-14E. Ben and E will enter roll at 350 miles per hour with the wings at full sweep or 68 degrees. During the roll, Ben will select minimum wing sweep. The wings will move forward to the 20-degree position. Once completed, they will immediately transition into the challenging Cuban A. Approaching from the right, Ben and E are configuring the Super Tomcat for a simulated approach to an aircraft carrier at 140 miles per hour. As the Super Tomcat draws close, notice that Ben has established himself on the same glide slope entry to a carrier with its tail hooked down. Once they reach center point, Ben will perform a simulated wave-off by selecting full afterburner and accelerating away from the crowd. Size of the Super Tomcat, its turning radius is only 1,300 feet. The enlarged glove vein leading edge area improves dogfighting and low-speed handling. This ability to outturn and outgun your opponent can determine the victor in air combat. is now accelerating to near the speed of sound. As it passes by, the Tomcat will be traveling at almost 700 miles per hour or 1,000 feet per second, a mere 1/3 of its maximum speed capability. From the right, the Super Tomcat high-speed pass. Coming at the descending turn from high up and to the left, the Super Tomcat is approaching for the pop-up tuck under brake. This maneuver is utilized to slow the aircraft down from 500 miles per hour to a more comfortable 130 and give the crew time to set up for the latest configuration. Watch from the left as the Super Tomcat rolls right and turns left for the pop-up tuck under brake. Aboard U.S. Navy aircraft carriers around the world day and night in good weather or bad, rain or shine. The deck has 4 wires placed every 50 feet, any one of which the tailhook may engage. Immediately upon touchdown, the pilot adds full military power, and it's the arresting gear, not the wheel brakes, that stop the aircraft. In the unlikely event of a bolter, if the hook should skip and miss all 4 wires, the crew takes off and goes around for another try. The LSO has advised us that Ban and Eat will perform a touch and go at show center, followed by a dirty double implement. This extremely difficult maneuver is only made possible by the power of the massive GE 429 engines, providing greater than a 1-to-1 thrust-to-weight ratio. F-14 Tomcat played a vital role in the defense of our nation since its first flight over 55 years ago, being the trademark of naval aviation that has written a legacy into our red, white, and blue past. As the Super Tomcat repositions, get your screenshot buttons ready. Ban and E will approach from behind and to the left with the wings swept back for another high-speed pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Ban and E in your United States Navy's F-14E Super Tomcat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Naval Air Forces is proud to present the Navy Tailhook Legacy Flight Demonstration. For over 110 years, naval aviation has not only been at the tip of the spear defending our nation, it has also been at the forefront of technological advances that have made our country great. From the courageous pilots who proved the aircraft could take off and land at sea, to the naval air crews who are taking the fight to the enemy today, a long legacy of excellence and perseverance proceeds to them. What you're about to witness is dedicated to keeping naval aviation and naval aviation's ties to its proud legacy alive and well. Tale of legacy flights pair warbirds from our Navy's past with the high-speed tech weapon known as the F-14E Super Tomcat. Through these unique dynamic formation flight demonstrations, we aim to inspire the best and brightest of the next generation of young Americans to join the ranks of naval aviation. In formation today, you're witnessing two generations of naval aviation excellence, the F7F Tigercat and the F-14E Super Tomcat. The Tigercat, a twin-engine powerhouse from the closing days of World War II, represents an era from when piston engines and propellers carried the fight across the world's oceans. Flying alongside it is the Super Tomcat, a symbol of modern power and precision, embodying decades of evolution in speed, technology, and tactical dominance. Together, these aircraft showcase the proud lineage of Navy strike and fleet defense capability, a seamless blend of heritage and innovation that defines the spirit of naval aviation. Now, from the left, the flight of the twin-engine Cat. In its early years, naval air power played second fiddle to the greatest dreadnought on the high seas called the battleship. Scouting for enemy ships was the limit of the new aircraft's mission, but during World War II, in the battles of the Coral Sea and Midway, projecting power from aircraft carriers shaped the future of naval combat. Through the inspired heroism of a handful of naval aviators, two of the most decisive sea battles were won, and by the end of the conflict, the aircraft and her airmen had replaced the battleship as the dominant weapon of naval warfare. Through the hard work and dedication of private individuals and non-profits, many of these glorious warbirds are still flying today. The pilots and maintainers play a crucial role in keeping the history of naval aviation alive and flying for all to see. During the airshow season, several different warbirds participate in tail legacy flights, with some of being the only flying examples of their type in the world today. The aircraft before you represents one of the most iconic symbols of American air power, the F-14E Super Tomcat. Born from the Navy's need for speed, reach, and precision, the Tomcat defined fleet defense for decades. The Super Tomcat variant carries that proud legacy forward, blending the proven agility of its predecessors with modern technology, upgraded engines, and advanced avionics. The F-14E continues to stand as a tribute to the naval aviators and maintainers who push the limits of what carrier aviation could achieve. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready as the Super Tomcat and the Tigercat approach Show Center to conclude the Tailhook Legacy flight. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's Tailhook Legacy flight demonstration. We hope you've enjoyed this unique display of more than 110 years of naval aviation history. Now, from the right, the Super Tomcat and Tigercat are going to come in for their individual passes. From the right, the F7F and the slow roll. Back and from the right, the Super Tomcat in a double roll. The F7F in the low altitude high speed pass. And following in from behind, the F-14E Super Tomcat. They are now repositioning to demonstrate the technique used by every naval and marine corps pilot to smoothly transition the aircraft from high-speed flight to the landing configuration. He will approach at 450 knots at 500 feet, entering an overhead brake, which results in a decelerating 360-degree turn that rapidly decelerates the aircraft while aligning it with the landing pattern. The F-14E Super Tomcat carrier brake. The F-14E Super Tomcat stands as the most advanced and versatile multi-mission fighter ever designed for the United States Navy. Its cutting-edge weapons and fire control systems can track up to 30 individual targets at ranges beyond 120 miles and engage multiple threats simultaneously with precision-guided missiles. The aircraft's variable geometry wings adapt seamlessly to any airspeed or altitude, allowing superior agility and incredible performance across the entire flight envelope. Enhanced avionics, fly-by-wire digital flight controls, and the integration of next-generation targeting pods granted the ability to deliver precision strikes with a full range of air-to-ground ordnance. With these advancements, the F-14E Super Tomcat continues the proud Tomcat legacy evolved for the modern battle space. Ladies and gentlemen, the virtual Roblox Super Tomcat Demo team would like to thank you all for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this brief demonstration of only a fraction of the Super Tomcat's full combat capability. If you have any screenshots or media from the show, please join us on Discord and show us what you got. Looking forward to performing for you again.